not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Chance I bet you can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts. Sometimes I think though it's just getting worse.
How y'all doing, baby? It is Tuesday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting, baby. And boy, we're gonna have us a meeting anyway. It is Tuesday, and I'm glad y'all are here. Gary Spring, all the way up in Canada, is the first one to jump in. Have I got all my buttons pushed? I got my buttons pushed. Jeff Curry's here. The remixtress is with us. Let me see. Jay Clayton and, Stephanie and Jay are together. I guess she didn't burn down the motel. I'm just saying. Somebody must have took a hose or something. Dwayne Twizzle's here. Martha Smart, thank you for being here. Miss Linda, a.k.a. Mary Ellen, is here. Thank you, baby. Adina Michael, Karen Van Wyk, I'm getting good at saying that. Jean Shanky, my neighbor Tracy Tobias, where'd she go? There she is. Mark Perkins, Dizzy Duke is here. Our own Bernadette Pre, thank you for being here, darling. Suzanne Jarrett, all the way out in California, living in God's country out there. Jane McDaniel, thank you for being here, all the way from Pennsylvania, baby, thank you. Nancy Halverson is here. Tamara Harrington, thank you, baby, for being here. Connie's always, every time I see your name, baby, it's there. It's in my heart, forever. Thank you for being here, baby. Let me see, who else is here? Richard Phillips is here. Dorothy Tyndall, BW, Irish Yazelle, how you doing, baby? Let me see, who else is here? Robin Lyons is here. Dennis Utenreiner. Virginia Whitley, thank you for being here, darling. Let me jump on down here and find out where I am. Love right back at you, Tamara. Just cookies, baby. They're in my head. They'll always remain in my head. The Feral Female Society is here. You go, Beto. That's right, Gary. Well, I spent a wonderful day today. Me, Travis, Tyler, all of us out there. We was ripping down the last of the fence. I understand tomorrow they're supposed to have some big-ass bulldozer over there to start blazing a trail over there, I guess, and level the whole place, he said, except for the big trees. And then we uninstalled and reinstalled a new big-ass air conditioner, so that was fun. So, yeah, I think all of us here at the house is pretty well tired. I did get to see part of Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation hearings in the Senate today, huh?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said something.
Yeah.
And all right, let me get my head right because of what I want to say. You know, the other night I keep telling y'all to download Discord, come in the Discord room, join the conversation here on the show, and then afterwards join in the party in the after show in the Blue Room. As I always tell y'all, the Blue Room is where it's cooking, baby. Conversation's always floating in there. Well, we went in there after Sunday's show, And there was something in that room that night that has stuck in my head all freaking weekend, and I guess all the people that were in the room that night know exactly what I'm thinking about. One of our Blue Dots SC had found this picture. Let me get this part out of my head. And I guess he was at a maggot rally, some Trump supporter shit. I don't know what it was. Some right-wing nut job society meeting, I guess. And this old boy had a huge flag. Huge. Big flag. Big-ass flag. Did I say it was big? It was big. Big old pole. It said, it was black and white. The silhouette of a man. And it said POW J6. To say it pisses me off would be an understatement. I have that flag in my shop. Y'all see me when I talk in that shop. That flag has always been around me. And for a lot of veterans, that flag means a lot. For some of us, it means more than any other flag. But they are equating January 6th to the prisoners of war that this country has suffered and still suffers. Not forgotten. But they want to take that flag and they want to politicize it. They want to take a meaning and make it mean something else. First off, my first thought is, POW means you're insinuating that they are prisoners of war, which means they're enemy combatants, which means I can ship their ass to fucking Gitmo. How's that shit? Disgusting crap. And it plays along with what I've always said, and this is what played in my mind all weekend. The disgusting ignorance in the Republicans' ability to use that. I've said it many times before how patriotism to these son of a bitches is nothing but a bumper sticker. That proves it. That proves it. The guy that's flying, I guarantee you one thing, he's not a veteran. And he's ignorant to the fact of what the fuck the flag means. That these are the same people that will put that Confederate flag on one side of their bumper and the American flag on the other side of the bumper, and there's nothing that's more ignorant than that shit. Nothing more displays your stupidity. Opposing ideals, those flags. One fought against the other, had his ass kicked too. Just like to throw that in there. And unless you're from a particular part of Tennessee, what the hell are you flying that flag for anyway? It has nothing to do with the Confederacy. It's not the Confederate flag. It's the racist flag. And as far as I'm concerned, I saw a bunch of that shit in that confirmations today. Starting with the embarrassment of my state, Ted Cruz. Questioning Judge Jackson about critical race theory. He asked the judge, do you think babies are born racist? I think that the pause that she gave before she answered that ignorant ass question said everything. She can't say, you ignorant son of a bitch. She can't tell him. What is it?
What a stupid son of a bitch.
What a stupid son of a bitch. Are babies born racist? Why, hell yes, Ted, they are. Every one of them, you can spot them right out there in the nursery. Hell, they come out with the Confederate flag tattooed on their ass already. Are you shitting me? He's playing to the ignorance. That's who Ted Cruz is playing to. The ignorance within the Republican maggot party out there. Critical race theory, baby. That's the key words here. Are they teaching it in kindergarten? I think they are. I think Ted Cruz thinks they are. Boo. And who was it? Lindsey Graham. Are you shitting me? Miss Drama. He should just wear a set of pearls so he can clutch them. making some argument about Judge Jackson supporting the terrorists at Guantanamo Bay, and then getting in a huff talking about the money. He doesn't care if it costs $500 million a day. It's better than leaving them out there to kill our soldiers. I'm out of here. Are you shitting me? There is no discussion about that. The discussion was, well, it costs $500 million to house them down there in Gitmo. Why don't we move them to maximum security in Colorado? And it costs a whole lot less. That's what the legal argument was. God, it pisses me off because of that's what the Republic, that's what I see. It is the Republican Party, these scumbags, these wannabe politicians like Ted Cruz wants to be king of the world. King of America, that's what Ted Cruz, the booger-eating son. But they have followers, that's what bothers me. It bothers me because that's what they sell. Ignorance and hate. In today's hearings for Judge Jackson demonstrates this lady, it was not by me, but by somebody else's research, has more experience under her belt than 43 of the 58 justices that have been on the court. She has more experience than 43 of them. She has more experience than John Roberts, Clarence Thomas, Judge Kagan, and Amy Coney Barrett combined. And the Republicans, every one of them I saw get up there indignant with their shit, insinuating all sorts of crap. Oh, you're for child pornography. That's what I see here. Look at here. You must like, that falls right into, the Democrats being an evil cabal of baby-eating I don't know. That's what they're talking to. That's who they're talking to. That's who they're trying to please. I'm so thankful for this family. Because of all the shit that I delve into and all the shit that dances through my freaking head. All the crap. All the nervous times people drive up and down my house or terrorize my donkey or some other bullshit. This chat reminds me. It reminds me that we have good people in this world. That we have more people in this world than they can hate. We have more love on our side than they'll ever muster hate to overcome. But it tears me apart, and I'm sure it does everybody else, to see such blatant ignorance and hate on display every day in this country. I don't know. Worked my ass off all day today and had no time to delve into the war. Any news I saw was just the hearings. But it reminds me we have a lot of work to do. And it starts with us. It starts with every one of us. When we talk about making sure you're ready to vote, making sure that whatever hurdles your state has put in front of you, that you can flip them the bird and say, baby. This is a democratic society, baby. And it will remain one as long as we get out there and vote. As long as we get out there and rally support for our side, baby. Yeah, the remixture says, I got to hand it to Ted Cruz. While he may stand for nothing, he sure bends over for a lot. Yes, he does. Ted Cruz is an embarrassment to my state. He's an embarrassment every time he opens his mouth. He's ignorant at the highest level, and it plays me because the man's constant. He's an attorney. He's been through law school. Remind me of Kennedy down in Louisiana, down there, who just tries to sound just about as ignorant as you can get, and he's a Rhodes Scholar, but you know, I'm just a good old ignorant boy, just like y'all. I hate all them people y'all hate. That's the kind of shit it's an act they try to pull off. You know, it's I don't know. I'm just rambling on. Who do we got in here to talk to anyway? Let's see. Asgard, Curtis, and Asgard.
Howdy, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Asgard. How are you?
I'm good. I'm as the obligatory video game reference for the evening, since that seems to be my shtick.
That's your shtick, buddy.
I've been playing Skyrim a lot, but beyond that, no news is good news.
Ah, well, there you go. There you go. And Curtis, how are you?
Yeah, it's your fitter here, man.
How you doing, brother?
Well, we're doing okay. We're making it.
Good, good. What'd y'all do today? Tear up fence lines or more exciting things, I hope?
Well, today I didn't do a whole lot, I got to admit.
Good man. I could have done a whole lot more of that.
I love your agenda, though. I wish I had the gumption to get up and
no,
do
I
all
don't.
that.
No, I don't.
Today.
My body's, are you shitting me? There's not a single part of me that ain't hurting right now. Just sore and just want to sit there and let my shoulder just drop and melt into the couch is what I feel like. But what are you going to do? You know, you got to get shit done. And we understand there's going to be a big-ass bulldozer over there tomorrow. That's what the owner said. It's a big machine, John. Okay. Come in there and knock it all down, baby. Huh?
A little bit of advice for you.
What?
Considering I have severe back pain, but you know that Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap?
Peppermint soap.
It's a
No, I'm
peppermint
not.
oil Castile soap they sell at Walmart.
Right?
If you take that stuff and put about a half cup of it in steaming hot bath water, it does so much good for your muscles, but it will make you feel like you literally just dipped yourself in menthol.
Way out of shit.
I'm allergic to icy hot, so I had to find an alternative.
I'm working on a secret. I have a friend. I have a buddy. Oh, I didn't know she's in the room. Shit, I just looked up there. I have a friend that knows stuff about that. I'm trying to.
There she is.
I think she's working on a remedy as we speak. Bernadette, how are you, darling?
I'm fine, and I have to tell you that the flag that you mentioned earlier, that was very disturbing. These people are fucking obnoxious. Okay,
They are. They'll turn anything into their crappy little shit show. You know.
I want to say that I am so proud of this nominee. Oh my
Lord.
goodness, this woman handles herself well.
Oh, she did a great job today. Oh, she
Now,
did a good job. From
I
parts
want
I
y'all
saw.
to pay attention, because I'm gonna give you guys a clue
What?
as to something that black women did. Okay.
What is that?
Especially when they're being talked to. There's a little teeny tiny smirk that she'll get on her face when she's thinking about how she's gonna answer
Oh yeah.
these fuckers.
You could see the
that
gears
sit on the
working.
other- oh my goodness.
I
She is
do.
brilliant.
I
She
think
is
the
brilliant.
pause that she gave Ted
absolutely
Cruz,
love her.
that was intentional. That pause
He
was
deserves it.
intentional.
He's a fucking
She
idiot,
did not
okay?
have to think about the answer to "Our baby's born racist."
No.
She made that pause to highlight the ignorance of his question.
She does it very well.
Yes, she does.
It's so subtle. It's micro facial expressions that she does that are just.
And you would think that
so
the
classic
Republican.
that I just like John. If there was a slapping law, she'd very calmly walk over to the guy. She'd just smack the
Just slap
fuck
the
out of
shit
him.
out. Shut up, Ted. Lindsey Graham. Oh, slap the shit out of him.
Oh, slap that bitch twice.
Did
okay?
you see him leave? Did you see him get up and walk out?
You know,
That just pissed
I
me
have this
off.
theory.
It was
have this
drama
theory.
from the word go. He put on a big old act and then stormed out of the room like he had just made he didn't do
John.
squat. Huh?
You know what's one thing I've got to
Lindsay's-
say about the entire thing from my perspective?
Huh.
This was a jousting match, a mental jousting match between a well-armed woman and a completely disarmed GOP.
Yeah, that was about it. That would be a good analogy. Yeah, she kicked their ass. She did not get a dent in her
She's
armor.
brilliant.
She is.
She's brilliant.
She'll make
She
a
is not
fantastic
fazed by
judge.
these people whatsoever. This woman knows her job. Okay? She ain't sitting up there looking at some reference back to some decision she made. She's calling this shit off the top of her head.
Yeah. Oh, she
was
came
sitting
prepared,
there,
baby.
she remembered.
There was
She's
not a
brilliant.
single case law that they brought up that she was not familiar with.
Yep.
You know, she referenced
She's
they tried
brilliant.
to pull out shit out of its. And what was
And-
that shit with was it Ted Cruz that was pulling out all the books
Yes.
from Georgetown
Yeah.
University?
Yeah, because you know Ted loves to read children's books.
Yes, yes,
Mm.
yes. Ted loves to read children's books. Ted also
Okay.
should take
Does Ted's children go to public school?
I just don't think so. Oh, and
I
that's the
don't
other
think
thing
so
that chapped
either.
my ass again. I can't remember the senator that was doing it now. His thing was, wow, marriage equality. You know, a lot of states here, religious folks here, we don't believe in that, you know, and a lot of states have rejected this based on your religious values.
I'm afraid that was your other senator, Mr. Cornyn.
Mr. Cornyn, yes, Cornyn.
Yes.
Yes, my other Texas senator. Are you shitting me?
I'm sorry, John.
I know it, baby. It's an embarrassing situation here. He's bringing
You should
this
move.
stuff up. Oh, it's just sad. It is. They're
It's because they don't have anything to talk
No.
about, so they have to pull bullshit.
no, they have to pull
You
bullshit
know,
out.
These are talking points for the Republicans
yes.
to run on.
Yes.
They got nothing because they know that this woman is about to be seated on the Supreme Court. They cannot stop this one.
No,
Okay.
no, that's
they can't stop this.
that's what
and
I
so
was.
that's why they're pulling out all this bullshit.
That's
John,
what
'cause
I
they
was
got
saying.
nothing.
You would think that the Republican Party would take the opportunity, knowing that Judge Jackson is going to be confirmed and may
Yep.
even get a couple of Republican votes. Not many.
I love,
3
I
at the
love it when
most.
she says, why don't we are here to discuss my well-known record
Well-known record.
of over 500 judgments. Let's talk about that. Okay? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
really.
what we're here to talk about.
Well,
She just keeps them focused. I love it.
Oh man.
One of the other reasons I think they hate her so much is because she proves exactly how unqualified Amy Coney Barrett and Brett
can't
Kavanaugh and
hold
Gorsuch
up.
are, and they don't want to have to sit next to her.
None of those three can hold a candle to her qualifications. None.
Well, it's the story of America, isn't it? White
Isn't it?
mediocrity constantly beating out people of color with
Yeah.
actual talent.
Well, it seems to be a habit.
How many federal judges did Trump appoint that
A boatload.
even the bar came back
That
and said
is
these people are not qualified
not
to sit
qualified.
on the court.
And that
Not
didn't matter.
qualified.
That does not matter. Let me get two things done. First, I want to send out thank you to Nana Lovely, our own Tammy Ames, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "Trying to make a difference, buddy. We are the. I'm sorry, I just had to read it right. We are the world on April 10th at 1:11 Eastern Standard Time. Just step outside and let the music carry from our heart to all those who hear. We are the world on April 10th at 1:11 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. Go outside, hum it, sing it, play it on your radio, do whatever. We are the world because, baby, we are. We are the world, and right now the world could use it. I'd like to buy the
That was
world a
something
clue.
that was brought up in the chat last night, and so I'm glad that Tammy came back in and donated $5 and
yeah,
gave us the message on that again because
yeah,
we were
drive it
talking
home.
about that in
Drive it
the
home.
chat last night. So
Yeah.
April 10th at 1:11 in the afternoon, go out and raise your voice and
Raise your
sing
voice,
"We Are
baby.
the World." Hey, you know what? And
Better
if you're
yet,
by
bring it
yourself,
from your heart.
don't worry about it. Scream that shit out. Ain't nobody gonna hear you. Don't pay attention.
and
Let's
let
see
me
if we can't be louder than the sounds of war.
in hate. Yes.
And
Yeah,
John,
and we
you
can.
know what's something? You know what's probably the best quote I ever heard from one of my anthropology professors in college?
What?
They always say that gravity is the greatest and most powerful force in the universe,
No.
but the only thing that seems to be more powerful than that is the self-confidence of white mediocrity.
It's the arrogance of white mediocrity. It's the Yeah. Yeah, the answer to Ted Cruz's question is no. No, baby's not born racist, but they can
You know,
be taught
I'm
racism.
still gonna promote that every last single one of these senators that get out here and make these fucking ridiculous ass statements, it ought to be used against them in
Every
their
word.
election.
Every word.
Their words should be shoved down their fucking throats.
Yeah. Yeah. Ted Cruz ain't gonna make it. He's gonna run, but he ain't gonna make it. Let's let Jeremy get in here. Jeremy, are you with us, brother?
If you were listening to the senator from Hawaii when she was giving her line of questioning, you have to listen carefully.
Uh-huh.
But when she announces Amy Comey Barrett, she called her Amy COVID Barrett.
COVID.
On purpose. She slipped it in there like a shiv. Because Amy blamed on disease over people.
I did not hear that. I did not hear it, but
Yeah.
I would have loved to.
It was real quick, but she definitely says Amy COVID Barrett. Listen to it 3 or 4 times.
Gene Shanky just said Amy Coney Barrett is a token Supreme Court justice because she was willing to mess with the Roe v. Wade and continues to eliminate abortion rights. Yes. Yes. When abortion came up today, they're trying to pin her on that. They're trying to do anything they can to point to her and I don't know, call her a witch. As I was saying, they have the opportunity.
She's smarter than all of them.
Oh,
okay?
man, she is every bit of it. And she's going to make I think she's going to make an impact on the court itself. I think her presence on the court is going to make an impact. And I think she's a powerful enough woman that her voice is going to carry a lot of weight in that court. I do. I have.
Yep.
Just.
And I have no doubt that she will adjust finally and get to work.
Yeah.
Because she actually, of all the Supreme Court nomination hearings that I've ever watched in my whole entire life, and it goes back a ways, she is the most knowledgeable and confident one.
She is the most qualified person. It's one of the reasons Joe picked her. You cannot find a flaw in her credentials. The only thing the Republicans are keying in on was that she was a defense attorney, and that seems to be a bad thing in the Republican Party. If you are a defense attorney, and in the cases that she was on, that she was a public defender, and she has no choice in the cases that she took. But it seems that the Republican Party or the senators were very upset that she did the best possible job on those cases that she should have done, as she should have done on every one of them. That's what they do.
Supposed to do. They're supposed to do their job
to the best of their ability. I think we have the feral female society amongst our midst.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Feral. How are you doing, darling?
Oh, well, I'm kind of exhausted. I was up all night with under a tornado warning. And,
yes. We got the tail end of it last night. Not nearly as bad as people up north of us got. It was devastating.
Yeah, it was bad. It hit the local town that I drive 15 miles to go to a grocery store.
Oh hell.
And so I was up all night because I don't have a working TV presently, so I was having to pay attention to the phone. And there was like 3 tornadoes on the ground simultaneously, all right around my little teeny tiny town.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
So I was kind of being hyper vigilant, and then a tree limb broke and hit the power lines that run to the transformer on my property.
Mm-hmm.
And took out the electricity on the whole road.
Oh shit! We got one big major clap of thunder, big time. Had to be close because it came quick and loud. That's the only one I heard all night.
Oh God! Well, you know how bad lightning can be here in Texas.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
And last night, about 2:00, I've been here my whole life except for 10 years whenever I was in Washington State, and I have never seen lightning like that. I mean, it was an hour's worth of the sky being lit by lightning.
Yeah, and it's not over with tonight. tonight, certain parts of the country are going to be under tornado watches. I think over there near Georgia and Alabama and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you know, and I'd heard that the tornado had hit right in an area where a friend of mine lives up in Madisonville, and I was very concerned about them all night, and the power was out and the phones were down and I couldn't get through to check and make sure everybody was okay. It was just, you know, bleh.
Yeah.
But I'm actually calling because I'm having to do a mental health thing.
Uh-oh.
There ain't a thing, one, that a fucking Republicans can say to me, not one of these modern day Republicans that can say to me that's going to change my opinion about them.
No, you know, it's well, they show you
when
who
they
they are.
repeat the same thing over and over and over again?
Yeah.
Well, the ignorance that they display at these damn hearings.
This is such a drama show.
My blood pressure goes up.
First of all, you guys need to understand that it's not about the nominee at this point. It's about the show. It's about the TV.
That's what makes me mad.
It's about the television. Why? But see, here's the thing, Farrell. When you understand what's going on, you don't get mad at it. You just recognize that that's what's going on.
Oh, no,
and
I get mad.
That they are.
I got to confess, Bernadette, I get mad.
I get mad. I'm sorry.
I cuss at the TV a little bit, then go back outside and do my job.
Lower both of y'all's blood pressure because we need you till November, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Don't get mad.
I just use it like logs in a fire to stoke my steam.
Just use their words against them and make them eat their fucking words.
That's what we need to do.
Remind them this is what you said on this is such and such a date, and then pull out the TV show.
Yeah. Well, mine stays on constant news.
That's the way we need to go at this. We can't keep being mad because, see, when you're mad, you just want to be reactive, and we need to give them a response. The response would be to use their words against them.
And they will. We will. We will.
Well, you know, on an intellectual level, I totally understand and agree with that. But on the level that they're playing for, our response doesn't mean shit to their people that they're talking
to. They're not playing on an
an
intellectual field.
Yeah,
they're playing
nothing they're doing has anything to do with reality. All they're doing is making sound bites. Fox News can
your
can
blood
clip.
pressure's going up when you see these idiots continually doing the same thing that they do every time they get in front of a EV screen.
Well, I mean, I've just gotten to the point to where, you know, I go in and I just check the highlights because I from the time Trump started running, I started paying absolute complete attention to everything that was going on in the news.
Yes,
every day, 24 hours a day,
world.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
And after we got him out of office, I kind of had to take a mental health break.
We all did.
And I'm still, because I try to watch these hearings, and before I know it, I swear, how Jen Psaki is able to deal with all these people.
I like
she
her.
needs a raise.
I like her.
Look, if anybody should be mad, it should be Judge Jackson. She's the one having these ridiculous allegations thrown at her.
She's not typed to get mad.
But she doesn't get mad.
Oh, no.
She just kind of puts up that little micro expression, and then she thinks about how she's going to take their words and twist it back onto them.
Yeah.
And you sit there and you sit and spin on your own fucking words because you're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz looked like an idiot. They were in the same Harvard class.
Ted Cruz is unbelievable.
Ted Cruz is
Tell
an
me about
idiot.
it every day. Let me send out a quick thank you to Nita Parker, who came in with a $5 donation and said, Republican logic is a powerful drug. It is. It is.
No, it isn't, because there is no Republican logic.
No, it's not logic. It's hate. It's the emotions that they play to. That's the drug. They're not playing to their intellectual side. They're not playing to their rational side. They're playing to the conspiracies and the hate.
Emotion in humans. They play to fear.
Yes.
That is primal.
And that's why we have to play on hope. We have to do the opposite. You know, we rose up with this blue wave and we kicked that orange asshole out of our house decisively. No mistaking. I don't give a shit how much he moans and groans and bitches about it. It was by a wide margin. But we can't rest on our laurels because we thought that they would take his ass and figure out, well, this ain't a good way to go and readjust their sails and come back at a different tack. But no, part of them are doubling down on this shit. And you can see the ones that are today in that hearing: Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz.
Lindsey needs to get his panties out of his ass.
Lindsey, the way he stormed out of the room
very well
over an agreement, because she was agreeing with him, but he just made a big dramatic scene about he'd rather spend the $500 million to keep them in Gitmo than to let them out on the battlefield to kill Americans. And that's how I feel, and storm out. No, well, really, that's how we all kind of feel. Don't let them out where they're going to go kill somebody. And the last guy that did that was your guy.
Yeah, it was
asshole.
His president. His president.
Yeah, his president did that shit.
With all his lips. It was his president that pulled us out of Afghanistan.
Yes.
And created the mess.
It was his president that released a whole lot of Afghan soldiers out of prison right before we had to leave. So who put the terrorists on the battlefield? Donald Trump did.
Now? Isn't the guy that's running Afghanistan now one of them that got let out of prison?
Yes, he's the head of the Taliban. He was the main guy. He's the one that negotiated all the shit with Donnie Boy, and got them all released from prison. You know, and but it plays with the same thing. The guy with
Lindsey
the flag
needs to be brought to remembrance that it was his guy who negotiated the exit deal with the Taliban.
Yes.
I don't think that they don't remember it. I think they're just assholes.
They remember.
No.
They're trusting that their maggot. They're trusting that their maggots don't remember, and most of them don't.
It's like the big lie. The more I repeat a fucking lie, the more it becomes the truth.
Yeah.
If we repeat it enough time, our followers, and that's all that they're playing to, because they already know that this judge is going to sit on the Supreme Court. They can't stop this. So they have to throw out the dog whistles to their people to dig down to that primal fear, that primal emotion, and get these people out to vote.
That's the key. That's the key to everything that we face right now. From
tools like Facebook and Twitter and all the rest of it, and television hearings as a way to do that. And that's what we need to understand, that this is their tool that they're using as a way to do this. What he talked about has nothing to do with her qualifications for the Supreme Court. It was all a dog and pony show.
It's a show to motivate their maggot allies so they can sit there and go, yeah, I told you that the Democrats ate babies, that kind of shit. But there's a percentage of the Republican Party and the conservatives
Was he indignant when Trump prompted an insurrection on January 6th?
No. They're not upset about that, baby. That was just people standing up there for their right to speak out and have grievance against their government.
Then he's a fear-mongering hypocrite.
Just regular tourist.
Only out there to put out their side of their fucking lie this week, because it changes every fucking week. And, Holly comes along and it's CRT and all the rest of that bullshit.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, it is. That's the sad reality, is that politics has become a game.
I admire
or at least
the judge as she sits there and smirks in her little quiet way and laughs at their fucking ass.
Because she's going to be confirmed.
Ignorant.
There is no doubt she will be confirmed. If not a single Republican votes for her, she will still be confirmed. She is going to be the next Supreme Court justice. You would think the Republican Party would realize that. take this opportunity to try to.
And Clarence Thomas better hope his ass gets better and gets the fuck up out of the hospital.
Oh, well, I don't have
Clarence Thomas better hope for that.
Clarence Thomas
what
should
I'm
be
hoping
impeached anyway. He should not be allowed to rule on anything concerning January 6th. His wife is wrapped up in this shit. And his vote, his opinion is tainted.
It's a conflict of interest.
It's a conflict of interest. He should recuse himself from anything having to do with the January 6th insurrection.
Wait till they tie a whole lot of money to her ass.
Yeah, I think he ought to be impeached myself. I think he ought to be thrown off the damn court. Politics. Poly meaning many, ticks. Blood-sucking parasites. That's right, Gary. That's what it is.
But that would require actual accountability.
We have, not only, we watched the Orange Anus that came in here, and he had 3 Supreme Court justices, and we see how that's going. And no, I'm not ready to go there yet. I'm going to wait on that rant because I got something cooking in my head, and it's not complete yet. It's not done baking. Anyway.
You know who I was impressed with today?
What?
Of all the people to get up there and make speeches like senators do because it's for TV, right?
Sure.
Senator Whitehouse, when he got up and he made his speeches and corrected things that had been said, one of the things that he talked about was these arbitrary agreements that you have to sign on to in order to get employment, in order to get medical treatment, in order to get just about anything. You have to sign away your right to a jury trial should the person providing a service or whatever it fucks up and hurts you. And a Blue Dot / Horn Network group member just experienced that in going to a dentist and refused to sign the papers for going to arbitration should the dentist proceed and hurt her. Yeah. And she refused to sign it, so she was denied service. And she was okay with that because we shouldn't have to give up our right to be able to do what Trump does every goddamn day, and that's file a lawsuit.
You go in for medical or surgery or just about any procedure nowadays, whether it be dental or whatever. You have to sign a release, and if you take time to read it, it releases them from. We fucked up and killed you. Sorry about that.
Yep.
Let's go to arbitration. We'll figure it out.
Go to arbitration, and your family gets nothing except a fucking medical bill.
That's the way the game is played. It's there to benefit corporations. It's not there to help the patient at all. So advocacy groups will tell you in a heartbeat that arbitration shit is that's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. Don't do that. But a lot of people don't know. They don't. When you're in the office, they stick the paper in front of you and say, "Here, sign here, and you kind of go, "Oh, okay," and there you go, sign it. But if you have a good lawyer, some things.
And how many people do you know have good lawyers in their back pocket?
Nobody I know has a lawyer.
Or can't even afford one should they run across a problem.
Only lawyers I know, the one I see advertised on TV. One of them I know his phone number, because it's 4. It's his whole ad. You only call one number. It's 4. 4. You're going to get a lawyer. But I always say I don't give a shit what number you pick. Maybe not one, but pick any other set of numbers you call it. I guarantee you're going to get your lawyer. Call
John,
the 5s. Huh?
I actually found something out today that made me kind of happy.
Well, that's always good.
Kind of a morbid sense. There's this company called Arm Street.
Arm Street.
They basically make historically accurate medieval armor that you would have found being made by a blacksmith in the 17th through the 14th centuries.
Probably an artisan that makes them. Yeah.
It's actually a company, and they're based in the Ukraine.
Really?
Apparently, this company has been switching all of their steel over to making hedgehogs, chain-linked caltrops, and medieval hand-to-hand weapons for
Wow.
the invasion. Like a bunch of those steel hedgehogs you see to stop tanks that they've been putting up around
Oh,
Kiev.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They're being put together by the Arm Street Armor Company.
Right on.
Good.
And
Right on.
they designed these chain-linked caltrops that are really fucking up the like tire-based like APCs and everything. Because instead of being a normal four-prong caltrop, it's a four-prong caltrop linked with a heavy steel chain, which then wraps around all of the axles.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Uh,
I'll tell you what, the way
they've
the
been
Ukrainians,
repurposed by their country.
you know,
Yeah.
to
Mariupol
help the war effort.
there's nothing left of Mariupol. There's nothing left. They've just about destroyed that whole city. It's, you know, every day the destruction over there just seems it's worse and worse every day. I want to see some
And it's hard to watch.
surface
It's
to
hard to-
ship missiles.
It's hard to be here and watch this
It
shit
is.
every day.
It is difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Ed, I'm
Pictures
sorry.
are
I didn't see Ed jump in the
Hello,
room
John.
here. How are you doing, Ed?
Doing great.
How's things?
You know, I
Go ahead.
heard I saw the confirmation. It's just I don't know why the Republicans are still giving her a run for her money, but it's just I don't know. They have not learned about the civil rights movement, which is the original Black Lives Matter.
That's
of course,
true. That's well said.
It's just that's why they want to take it out of the schools. They want to take this out of the schools, saying it was a tragic piece of history and we shouldn't bring it out. No, you have to remember this. Of course,
The whole idea of bringing up critical race theory in the context that it's being used in is such a bullshit theater that is being put on, because everybody that is discussing it, politicians, Ted Cruz, all these people, they all know that it is a curriculum only taught at the master level, at graduate level.
and she told them that
Yes.
again.
And again, it is not taught in K through 12. No, they're not trying to teach little Billy that he was born a racist. It's superfluous bullshit wrapped up in an actual study. And that if they even took, because I consider myself pretty ignorant. You know, I try to improve my knowledge all the time, and I did. I went to go look at what critical race theory is, and it is so expansive. It is hard to discuss, and I can see why it's at the graduate level, because it's not only about education. It's about housing. It's about every social.
It's about systemic.
It's systemic. What our systems,
racism
everything,
throughout
right,
everything in our
and how that
society.
impacts.
And it's inherent in
Yes,
our
yes.
society.
And you can find it in our laws, in our society, and when you're discussing city plans on a grand level, and you've got to take things into consideration, maybe you ought to have a little insight in that and had taken a class in it. But if you're not planning that major thing, you're not getting taught that. It has become a buzzword. CRT is the initials for the Democrats are trying to be racist. They're trying to call little Billy a racist all the time. No. But little Billy needs to understand why certain things
These
are in
the-
this country.
These are the current laws that they're passing in these Republican legislatures all across this country. And it goes so much further than that, because
it delves
from
into
there
so
comes
deep.
the don't say gay laws and
Yeah.
you know all the rest of them.
The anti-marriage laws. Oh, which that today really, this thing, and y'all know me, I'm not a religious fellow, but I do believe, and the founding fathers said, Thomas Jefferson said, the separation of church and state is essential for a free and democratic society. That is what every senator sitting up there is supposed to believe. is that there is a separation between his job and his religion. The problem is, in the Republican Party, there ain't none. And that's what pisses me off. And the whole argument today against gay marriage, I don't give a shit what your religion says about gay marriage. Your religion can have its opinion about anything. I really don't give a shit.
What about
But
the
when you
freedom
bring
from
it to the
religion?
law, when you bring the rights of individuals in front of the Constitution, then your religion isn't taken into account. I don't give a shit if 100% of the fucking people believe that gay marriage is wrong. It doesn't matter. The Constitution says it's right. That they have a right. And your religious beliefs don't play into the freaking question at all. So
I think another part of the reason why they're reacting so violently to the idea of critical race theory is because most of them know that they're racist as hell, and they don't want to have their grandkids come home and realize that they're all a bunch of
they don't want to realize or take responsibility for what we are as a nation now, as a society now. The easiest way I can rationalize it in my head is one simple thing, is generational wealth. The white families in this nation have much more generational wealth than any other demographic in this country. And it was designed that way. When I started learning about DOS, the descendants of African slaves here in the United States, and I started looking at, they are a group that believes in the reparations to put, do what was the deal was 40 acres a meal. Well, we can't do that. But we could, in one of their, I think is a grand idea. If you are a descendant of an American slave, you should get a no interest loan on a home. You're still going to buy your home, but no interest, zero. You give that family that chance to own a home. Once you own a home, and you die, and you will, well, your kids get that home. Maybe a little life insurance you had or something. It's generational built. It's not going to happen in one lifetime. But it could make an improvement within our society over generations. And those are the kind of programs and reparations that they talk about. And why would anybody, outside of a racist reason, why would anybody be against that? Because the war ended, and when we freed the slaves, that was the deal. 40 acres a meal. That was the deal that the U.S. government made. So let's honor the deal in the best ways that we can. But to sit there on your high horse in a Senate and try to question a judge about critical race theory, knowing all well that it's not taught anywhere in your freaking state, by the way, that study is something that needs to be done. That information has to be there if we ever want to progress to a better society. Anyway, I run my mouth
It's a
too
dog
much.
whistle.
It is.
That's what they
That's all
use it
it
for, and it's just designed to rile people up. Oh, critical race theory. They don't even know what the fuck they're getting mad at. So, you know what I have to say about all that? Fuck Trump.
Fuck Trump. You know what I want to say? John Diddybag, I think, came in and said it. All right, John Diddybag came in with a $10 donation and said, stupid people are like glow sticks. You just want to snap them and shake them until the light comes on. Well said. And in the meantime, Ted Cruz can. Shut up, Ted. John Cornyn, too. Really, let's make a list of people we need to tell them to shut the fuck up. Because they're ignorant. I did that for Keith Thompson up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who needs a little warmth in his life up there because it's cold up there. So that's for you, Keith.
Bring the sprung anyway.
I didn't want him to have to pay a donation just to hear that
John,
song.
can I change something?
No, we can't
It's
do
just
that.
we can. I mean, everybody's. I mean, we're all talking about Zelensky and everyone, but some crackpot theorists will say that Zelensky is the Antichrist. Not really. He's a man who wants to preserve democracy for his country, and wants to have his citizens, whether you want to be gay or straight, without being judged at. I mean, that's what That's what those crackpot theorists will think of Zelensky as being the Antichrist. Evil, but Putin
Pat
is evil.
Robertson thinks God is using Putin in a grand scheme to start Armageddon and bring back Jesus.
Why can't we just eat fucking
Pat Robertson
out of a
dirt.
plane?
Jesus Christ, that man is
He
old
has
as fucking
dementia.
Earth
I think he
itself.
has dementia, really.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
He's a stupid son of a bitch.
Why can't we just eat that motherfucker out of a plane at like 30,000 feet?
Hey.
No, just put him in a home. Just put him in a home, and everybody and let him poop in his pants.
This is
Going
what
through
happens
dementia
when you
anyway.
stick TV cameras in front of people's faces. They really think that their twisted point of view is relevant in the world.
It's not. Mine isn't. Damn. I'm sorry, I got to get this out of my head because John Diddybag
Plus,
put
you
it there.
going, John? Judge Steve Harvey is
John Diddybag came in with another $10 donation and said, "Things to do when you have nothing to do. See how many times you can flush the toilet in 5 minutes." And all of a sudden I start thinking to myself, well, wait a minute, which bathroom? I have two. And there's a large difference between one and the other. Have you noticed that, Travis? Huh?
I have.
The new toilet?
It's way better.
Oh, man, push, boom, it's gone. No noise, no nothing, just poosh, gone. The other bathroom in here, you flush it, and it's like 5 minutes, you're hearing that tank refill. I got to replace that toilet.
Probably.
I like the new one better.
Yeah.
Makes a whole lot less noise. What were you saying? Who was saying that? Curtis?
I said you got to hit them both, John. You got to flush them both at the same time.
Oh, shit, no, my house will fall down. We can't do that. Not both at the same time. We'll suck all the gravity out of the house. It'll fall off the ground. Yeah.
Your curtain flow right into the damn
Lord,
toilet.
I'm out there pulling fence and making a mental list of all the other shit that I see that I got to get done sooner or later. And, man, it's depressing when you own a little property and you're walking around on it and you're going, shit, I got to get that done. Oh, hell, look at this. This ain't good. I got to fix that. It's just
John,
a never-ending list of shit to do. Huh?
I've been 25 years building projects for myself that I haven't got done.
Yeah. You know, it's like a welder doesn't have a barbecue pit. A mechanic's car is always breaking down. They ain't got time to fix your shit. This guy got other people's shit to fix.
I'm a plumber with no bathroom sink.
There you go. You ain't got time to do that. You're tired when you come home from fucking with sinks. You don't want to sit there and do another sink. We can get the hose, honey. Yeah. We went through that stage early in our marriage through having a hose. And that was it. It was the only water we had. And,
well, we'll get past this. We're fixing it little by little.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. Are you shitting me? We're still doing it today. We got to fix up more for Travis's building out there because the neighbors are coming and it's right up against his door. So we really have to get that fence shit going. Get that up. So they don't have to open their door.
Get that fence up. Put some cameras on that.
Oh, there's already cameras. Oh yeah. Oh, are you shitting me? We're camera poor around here. There's 14 cameras on this property, and I don't have any problem telling everybody that. Some people say, shh, don't tell them that. No, fuck no. 14. You go find them. You go find them on my property because they're all here, baby. There's not an inch of this shit that's not being recorded. Huh?
I said smile.
Yes, smile. I even have a sign on the fence out there where the road comes right down. The only way into this place, one road, and there's a sign on my fence at the end of that road that says smile. You're on camera. It's got a smiley face right there. I am a nice guy. I'm trying to do it nicely. And then there's another sign there that says this property under video and audio surveillance. So I'm telling them, yes, there's a camera. Yes, there's a microphone. I don't give a shit what you drive, what you say. It's all going to be right there on fucking tape. So
smile.
Yeah, smile and say cheese.
Yeah.
Because we'll hear you. Yeah.
And
I wish it wasn't like that. I never thought I would have to be that way, but I do.
Yeah.
I have to.
John,
I have to have a record. What's that?
I want to tell you a little story.
All right.
I've told you before. My neighbors he grows pot, and it's legal here. So, That's where I get my pot.
Right.
And I was over there yesterday,
There they go.
and they are a bunch of Republicans, gun-toting Republicans. And you got to
Go figure. They smoke pot too.
And one of them brought up I don't know how we got on this, but he brought up the whole Civil War thing.
Right.
And so I asked him, in your Civil War, how many F-22s do you have?
Yeah.
How many air-to-ground missiles do you have?
How many
And
howitzers you got?
Ground-to-air missiles do you have? And how many MASH units do you have?
And let's discount the hardware. How many soldiers you got? Because we got a shitload.
You know, one of the things that I've always thought was interesting about that is one of the best statements from Sun Tzu. I think it was Sun Tzu. It was either Sun Tzu or Bismarck. But idiots and those who lose wars argue over units. Those who win wars argue over logistics.
Yeah. It's they're making that highlight right now in Ukraine because part of Russia's big problem is the logistical support is not there. Army runs on food and bullets, just like everything else. If you can't get food and bullets up to the front line, well, what's the deal, baby? You can't fight your battles. And there's been reports of Russian soldiers having frostbite because they're not properly clothed. They're Russian prisoners that are being allowed to call home and tell their mamas, "I'm sorry, we came here. We're doing the wrong thing." It's we keep saying that this war to me has demonstrated immensely the incompetence of the Russian army. Their conventional army. They're squat. They're nothing. We could roll over them in a heartbeat. NATO could smack them like a fly. Are you shitting me? There's no organization. We've picked off 5 of their generals. Ukraine has picked off 5 of their generals in 1 month, less than 1 month of war. Not a good thing going on here.
It's 6 now. They've got 6 now. They also got the head of their airborne division.
Oh, no shit. Make it 6.
Excellent.
This is not a good record here. Not a good thing. Let me see.
They figured out how they're doing it too. How the Ukrainians are picking them off. They're using drones with jamming devices to jam their comms so that the convoys can't talk to each other because all these generals are like buttressed inside of these convoys. The generals will then get pissed off because everyone stops when the comms drop. So they'll get out to start yelling at people in the moment that
a sniper's sitting right there waiting on them.
Yeah, they've got snipers out there waiting on them, and anytime they see someone pop out of one of their vehicles after the comms go down, because of Russian military doctrine, they realize it's probably somebody high-ranking and start plugging people.
Yeah, that's true. That is what Asgard said is true. That they wait till they get out of their vehicle and then snipe them off when they jam their communications. When they can't talk to each other, the head guy's got to get out and direct them what to do.
And the thing is that
good luck with that.
Most European style that are modeled after Western and American style militaries now are decentralized chains of communication. Yeah. Russia apparently still operates on the Cold War idea of the commissar,
one guy in charge,
political officer, where they have one guy in charge and no one knows what to do if that person gets taken out.
Yeah, which seems to be where they're at right now.
And one of the other things that they noticed that I noticed when I was taking a couple of military history classes in college is the fact that the most other countries that have trained to fight Americans specifically drill their units to not shoot officers because unlike every other military in the world, Americans default to what is referred to as default aggression when you take out an officer. Unlike every other military where the officer is directing the aggression of the unit and everything stops when they die, in American units, the officers act as a governor for that unit, keeping them in check.
Kill the LT will piss off the squad.
Then they go into default aggression and just go murder hobo on fucking everything.
Yeah. Let me send out a quick thank you to Nana Lovely, who sent in another donation and said a $5 donation, all Blue Dots around the world. Please spread the word. Leo, Andy, and I want this movement worldwide. Thank you. I believe she's talking about singing, playing We Are the World on April 10th at 1:11 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. Get out and play that song in your head, in your mouth, and on your radio. It is a call. The world we are seeing what in my opinion is an attempted genocide of Ukraine. Russia is not concerned about who they're killing. Civilians, if you're big enough to die, that's it. You're big enough to die. Old enough to die. Anybody. And that's what they're doing. They're going to level cities. And it is. They're trying to wipe out the whole population. I don't know how much longer this is. At times I think Zelensky is right. If we allow him to continue this, it's already World War III. And today, the spokesman for Russia refused to rule out nuclear weapons if Russia feels there's an existential threat. If Russia feels an existential threat, well, we're going to whip out the nukes. I don't know what to do about that. Because as long as you let him get away, he's going to threaten nuclear war every time. All the time. You mess with me, I'm just going to start tossing nukes around. There has to be an answer to this shit, and I think the only answer really is to kill the son of a bitch. Somebody within Russia, a special, international super duper squad to go in and kill his ass. I don't care how they do it. Take his ass out with a missile while he sits in that big ass mansion over there. I really don't give a shit. He needs to be dead, and that's what's gonna save Russia from destroying itself. If a madman it can sit there and threaten nuclear war all over the world, if anybody messes with him, well, hell, we might as well just turn over the keys to the world to him, because we ain't never gonna do nothing, because he might launch a nuke.
One of the things that's coming out of Russia today is the fact that there are now photos circulating because the stores are running out of goods because the surplus of goods they had in the country has completely run out and they're no longer receiving anymore. And I think part of the reason that Russia is threatening this stuff is because at the end of the day, that old adage that no civilized country is more than 8 days worth of starvation away from a revolution is really scaring the shit out of him.
He is. He's nervous, and that's why he's talking the way he is. He's scared. His army looks like shit. He looks like an asshole on the world stage now. His country is suffering out the wazoo and continues to do so, and will continue to get worse. So what's the deal? I think the information getting into Russia is going to expand more and more. There'll be more and more people inside of Russia.
They hacked someone the anonymous hacking group hacked every printer with a Russian IP address.
I've seen that.
And made it start printing out the list of the war dead that have been confirmed.
Yeah.
And listing out bullet points for every lie that Putin's been telling on television.
Yeah. That there's powers that like Anonymous and stuff. Thank goodness for them. Knock themselves out.
And the best part about it is they didn't hack the system to tell it to print. They hacked the firmware. What that means is the actual the chipset inside of the printer is now programmed to continuously print this stuff. So even if they plug it back in, it's not going to reset. It's
going to keep printing. These guys are smart. These tech guys, they know how to get into that shit and write code for that, and it'll screw your shit up. Yes, the information is going to get inside Russia, and the more it does, the more it expands within Russia. I hope that that solution comes along in a way. I don't know how it is. The guy's nuts, and he's threatening the world with this nuclear war bullshit.
Just like a bad ex-boyfriend, an abusive boyfriend.
Yeah.
They hold something over you to make you fearful that if you do this, then a whole bunch of other people are going to get hurt.
Yeah. We need to be the ones telling him, no, here, listen here, fucker. Get your shit together, or we're just going to have to smack you. And they have more nuclear weapons than us. But I would think that our system is in better shape. I think our technology is advanced as far as precision weapons go. And but again, you get into that whole discussion. We all lose.
I understand from the briefings, the unclassified briefings I got in the Army. The thing is that Russia, after the Tsar Bomba, realized that massive nuclear devices are not an effective tool because they're too deadly to both the Russian military. It says something when the Russian military is like, you know what, this is too deadly for us.
If they haven't maintained their conventional army, I'm not so sure they've maintained their nuclear capabilities.
They probably haven't. And
no, they probably haven't.
The other thing is that most of the nukes that were accounted for after the fall of the Soviet Union,
and not all of them were. Not all of them were.
They got rid of a large amount of their large nuclear devices and went to what we refer to in the Army as tactical nuclear devices. They are devices that are smaller than the yield of Fat Man and Little Boy. They're designed to be deployed on a battlefield as an area denial weapon, not technically
not to wipe out massive amounts of people, but used for a specific purpose. Yes, tactical weapons.
And they realized that just like with Hitler invading in World War II, if they got into a conventional ground war, most of their long-range weapons would not be terribly effective. So they kept just enough of them to where that they were maybe.
I think his use of these hypersonic missiles here lately, as I keep saying, why would you want to use a hypersonic missile to shoot a couple hundred miles? That's a total waste of a weapons capability. He's got other shit that he should be able to use that within Ukraine. You start firing off those hypersonic missiles for a short tactical offensive, no, you're wasting your shit. And so it tells me he's getting down to the bottom of the barrel of what he can afford to do with the weapons. That's how come he's calling to China. He needs weapons. He doesn't have the capability to maintain what he's got going on now.
And the other part of that is the hypersonic weapons they're using. If you've actually seen any kind of the suspected specs on those, they're completely useless. They're a propaganda weapon. They can't carry a warhead larger than 50 pounds. It's basically a hand grenade that can travel at Mach 3.
That's the weapon, though, the Mach 3. It's the speed of the impact combined with the explosion. The explosive doesn't have to be that big. If you're the pure impact.
You could launch that with no warhead at all and do serious damage.
You're still gonna have a pretty big fucked up place. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. Every day.
Did you guys see where?
Go ahead.
Did you guys see where the Belarusian train system all of a sudden isn't working properly, and the Belarusian the guy that's in charge of the train system said that we're sorry, we're not going to be able to run your supply trains out to
we
Ukraine.
got a problem here. Oh, look here. Y'all better fix that or some shit. Yeah.
The tracks just all of a sudden aren't working properly, and we've got engine problems.
There's a fear right now.
Organized labor, baby.
They're getting ready to or monitoring the possibility of cyber attacks in this country from Russia inside the United States, and they've already been probing a lot of companies looking for a way in.
Another thing also with the Belarusian stuff, apparently Lubashenko, the guy who's in charge of Belarus, is one of the last Soviet-style dictators in Europe. That's the reason he's so
That's because he's still hanging on to Putin.
But the thing is that he lost the last election and then just declared it invalid when he lost. The leader of the opposition party then fled to Sweden before he could arrest her, and has been living in Sweden ever since. And it's basically a slow burn partisan war has been going on inside of Belarus. a non-violent one where they've just been sabotaging everything Lubashenko controls.
Right.
And it's actually gotten to the point where earlier today, an entire battalion of Belarusian soldiers defected to the Ukrainian side of the war.
You know, the talk, they want to send Belarusians
into
into Ukraine to help with the fight. And I don't think Belarus really wants to do that.
No, they literally turned around, shot at the Russians, and turned around and ran into the Ukrainian trenches or fortifications with the white flag flying.
Yeah, I think Belarus is in no position to do anything. They sunk their ass when they allowed Putin to drive his army into Russia and use Belarus as a entrance into Ukraine. Let me thank John Diddyback for another $10. John, be careful. And he says, I knew some guys in the Navy that had hypersonic farts. I know them guys. I had a few in my barracks, too. No shit, John. I love the name Diddyback. Anyway, I guess that's all we're going to have this evening. We're going to wrap it up for tonight. My muscles are sore as shit, and I'm going to go take a shower, and then I'm going to get all treed up. So that's what my plan is. Thing. Yes.
Can I put something in before we leave?
Yeah.
These Belarus railroad workers, I'm not sure they have a union at all, but I want to express that's the power of organized labor. They just shut it down. We can either progress critical projects or we can shut it completely down. That's organized labor.
That's organized labor, baby. Yeah. Or do it right or don't do it is another way of saying it. Anyway, I think Belarus got its ass in a sling and now is seeing what's happening to the Russians, and it's not looking good. You know, he didn't pick the winning side, I don't think. Anyway, I want to thank.
How is Russia going to resupply if they don't have the Belarusian train system?
Well, they're not.
And China told them to piss up a rope when they asked for help.
There's the thing. You let China start giving them help, and that's going to change the whole ball game. I don't think China's going to. I think China can see right now Russia's bit off more than what it can chew. It's not doing the damn good job. Why would you tie your shit to his losing ass?
Yeah, they would lose 90% of their export capability pretty much immediately.
There would be economic sanctions against China immediately, and China doesn't need that shit right now. You know.
China, above all, is pragmatic and always tries to pick the winning side in a war.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they know which side is probably going to end up winning this, because even if Putin wins,
I don't think they're going to give any assistance to Russia on this. It would just put China in a very bad position. And I don't think I don't know how this is all going to play out. I worry about it every day because things are going bad for the Russians, and they're going to get worse for them. Because every day that passes, we're getting new systems and new weapons into Ukraine to use. And the more we keep that pipeline up, then, the more devastation shit Russia's going to take. I don't know if they opened the gates of a dam or if they blew a dam. But there's a big section east of Kyiv. There ain't no tanks coming through that in a while because it's all nothing but mud. They opened the gate or blew a dam, one of the two, and flooded this whole huge area east of Kyiv. And I'm talking hundreds of miles. There ain't nobody getting through that shit, you know.
Was it the dam that they had put up on the river that fed Crimea?
Yes, I think it is. I don't remember the name of the river. It's a dam, and they think the Ukrainians may have either opened the gates or they just blew the dam to release that water and flood that whole big general area. We're talking hundreds of miles that you're not going to get any kind of vehicle through.
Especially not a Russian tank.
Yeah, a farm field that's been plowed and then mud. You're not going to get through the shit. You're stuck. So it coming in from the east is basically cut off for Russia for a long time right now. So they're going to have to concentrate more. But what they're going to do is just going to pick up what they did in Mariupol. They're going to pound the shit out of the city. Give a damn who they kill. Doesn't matter. Blow everything up. That's what the Russians do. And that's what they're going to continue to do in Kyiv. So.
And when it's done, they're going to pull the tanks out of their fields and plant more wheat.
Plant more wheat, baby. That's what it is. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight and visiting with us. We appreciate it tremendously. Farrell, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Glad to see you come back in. Always nice to have a fellow Texan in the room. So, thank you very much. And Asgard, thank you, brother. We appreciate it. Always a lively and good conversation when you come in the room.
No, I try my best.
There you go.
Just because I know your son likes video games, apparently they've announced that they are working on the Elder Scrolls 6.
I've heard that.
Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
I got to get through one, I
sequel
guess.
to Skyrim. And it's,
Over my head.
I'm excited.
Past my pay grade.
I figured
I'm
your
just
son
getting
might
over
enjoy
the Atom Project. That was a good movie. I liked it. I recommend. Hey, they got lightsabers in that one too. You know,
Fair enough.
it's got, you know, time travel machines and all sorts of shit in there. Pretty good movie.
There's one game that I was really looking forward to that I'm no longer buying because until this war is over, because it was being made by a Russian company, and it's called Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart. Well, then good. Don't buy that. It's a game from Russia. We're boycotting anything from Russia. Russia can go stick it up their butt. That's sad because Russian people ain't, you know, they're the ones that's going to suffer this shit. And not Putin. You ought to see his mansion. Anyway, Asgard, thank you very much. And Curtis Wood, thank you very much for coming in and joining us, brother. We appreciate it tremendously.
I'm glad to be here, man.
Well, we're glad you're here, too. I don't care what Burl said. We appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, what?
Sometimes
I'm a witness. Get a judge. Anyway, Curtis, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. And Bernadette, what can I say, baby? I always appreciate your voice in here.
Problem.
Huh? Hold on. What are you eating? Huh?
Me?
Are you eating?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Okay. Oh, am I holding you up?
No.
What's for dinner?
I have no idea what's for dinner tonight.
Gonna play it by ear. What do we have tonight anyway?
It probably has something to do with.
Oh, what did I have
to?
I have to ask Travis. You know what I had tonight? I had chicken enchiladas, carne asada, guacamole salad, rice beans.
Well, I'm coming
salsa.
to your house.
No
then,
shit. You can go to the same restaurant I got my shit from. That's.
Okay.
It was one of them days. By the end of the day, I told Travis, just here, take my card, go down and get us all something to eat. Because it was a full day, including Rose. Everybody was busting their butt today to get all this shit done, the fence down, and then get air conditioner out of a window that had been in there for molded in there, and then had to get the new one installed and all that. Had to change dimensions and. Anyway, it was an exciting day all day, so nobody had time to cook today, so we sent out.
Right on.
And had from Guadalajara.
Well, tell them I'm coming.
Yeah, there you go. It was great too. Enjoyed the shit out of it.
Right
anyway, I want to thank everybody in our Blue Dot family on YouTube, on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being, and I'm not bullshitting you when I say. This is where I find my peace. I read a lot of these comments after the show. I'll be coming back here to do some shit, and then I'll pull up the chat and just stroll through there and watch this conversation that goes on. And it is the heart of this family. It really is. We get I so appreciate the guests that come on to speak, and because that way it gives us a show, or I'd just be my dumb ass sitting here. But it is this. It is this family that goes on in this chat that impresses me all the time. Having some flour tortillas, rice, and smoked sausage Martha's having. Outstanding, baby.
Right on.
Anyway.
Oh, and by the way, my cat apparently wants me to tell you hi. He just popped his head up.
Well, there you go.
Right on.
Tell him we said howdy. I got...
Sparkles, everyone says howdy.
We got Little Bit in the house, and he brought his friend Soot. And Lord have mercy. They're devious little shits. I'm telling you, cats they're devious. That little bit.
John.
He knows what he's doing. He'll sit there on that table and wait for that pit bull to settle down finally and lay down on her, with her head right in front of her paws, because she's sitting there waiting on the cat to come down and play. She'll wait until that dog is like that, and then that little cat will just jump right off, right in front of her nose, and then dash down the hallway. Well, of course the dog's up and running down the hallway, and then you see the cat come running back the other way, and you hear that dog down there trying to make a U-turn, slipping on that rug back there. So, yeah, I think the cat's got a plan. So, that's all I'm saying.
It's like
Anyway.
a dog laser.
It's a game around here, I swear. Anyway.
It's like the dog laser.
Yeah, no shit. Laser tag with the cat. I swear. Cat knows what it's doing because he goes down there. She bolts down that hallway and then turns around quickly and comes back because she knows the dog is going to be on that rug, on that hardwood floor, and it's just going to slide. And I think
if I
the
was a
cat's...
cat, I'd want to see that.
Yeah,
I'd
no
laugh
shit.
every
Over and
time.
over and over again. Dog never learns. Anyway. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Mañana is Wednesday. Try to get my rant out early so I get my opinion out there. We'll be back here on Thursday for another Blue Dot family meeting. So please come back and join us. Go by the website, Blue Dot in Texas. Get the instructions for Discord if you haven't already. Come by and join us in the conversation. We'd love to have you. Other than that, baby, it's another day tomorrow. Let the sun shine in your heart somehow. Put a smile on your face somehow. It always makes the day go by better. Anyway, y'all say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We love you, and thanks for being here. We'll see you later. Bye.